Attention, everybody. The views and opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of Acts Ministry, Acts Media Group, and or their affiliate and subordinate ministries and or nonprofits. If I don't say it in that exact way, I get all jumbled up. But I can say it without even thinking about it now. Here we go. Good morning! Coming to you live from Acts Media Group headquarters here in the beautiful Springfield, Missouri. It's the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay with your hosts, Matt and Jay! Steve! One of our veterans.
Yes.
Thank you for your service, sir.
Thank you. My pleasure.
I take my hat off to you, but I don't want to blind the members of the audience that are tuning in.
All right.
He's like, okay, that's weird. You ever say something that in your mind it's funny, but when it comes out, people are like, okay.
Good morning, Stacy.
I get that sometimes from people.
Stacy Wedeking.
Woo! I love that song. It doesn't get old.
You know what? I would love to have my puppets do that.
Do it! I give you permission to let your puppets sing that song.
Oh, I got an idea.
Do you have a chubby puppet that?
Yes, I do.
Do you? Can you take the hair off its head and make it bald?
I was just
put a ball cap on it.
I was just gonna say we can put a ball cap on it.
I really have been tempted to buy this particular ball cap up at one of the gas stations that I stopped to, and it says "I Heart" and it's got a thing of French fries. I don't know why. I'm just like, that looks like it'd be a lot of fun to wear, specifically for the show. But I'm getting ready to start the Optavia diet, which is, well, I said the name. Anyways, it's not a diet. It's a health program.
Yes, there
is a difference.
Mike Crimper, if you're watching.
Sorry about that, Mike.
He corrected himself.
Mike is my health coach.
Yeah, but he
Mike and his wife Heidi, wonderful people.
Yes, great couple.
I need to get Heidi to do some haircuts. Mine.
Oh, is she? Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure we can get a hold of them and check the availability.
Well,
yes.
Mike and Heidi, please get back in touch with me if you see this video, even if it's on replay.
They've been watching. It seems like here lately.
They might not exactly say hi at all, but I know they're watching. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, I see it says, Mike Crimper joined and stuff like that.
Sometimes he'll do it on my watch party.
Looks like, yeah, Stacy Wedeking. Yep. Welcome to the show.
She's from Spirit Lake, Iowa.
I can't wave back to her because I'm not on your watch party.
Oh, I'm doing fair. Thank you, Stacy, for asking. I'm in a little bit of pain, but hey, after next Tuesday, hopefully I won't have any more pain. Yes, I won't be here with you guys for 2 weeks.
2 weeks? That's not good. We miss you. We go nuts without you.
I'm going nuts myself.
The people that are watching that know the situation are probably laughing right now. We're going, oh my goodness, they're terrible.
Especially Jana. Well, Jana's not watching yet, but...
Good morning, Jana, if you're watching. John Cockroft, Johnny Rooster, Susan Burrows, Marsha Holland.
How's Cindy doing? We haven't heard from her in so
Jay
long.
is more ripped than I realized. That's what he said. Ooh. Yeah, you are showing off the guns. Look at the picture. You're like,
bam, bam.
Oh, stop, man. We don't have a permit for that.
He's carrying a lethal weapon.
Permit for those guns. You have to have a special permit for that size of gun. People, whenever I wear sleeveless shirts at work and people see me the first time, they go, oh, where can I get tickets to that gun show? I'm like, have you seen my beach ball? It's about this big around. Last time I saw it was over that way.
Or at night at the museum, I got the power. There's something about the power.
I've seen the first one. I haven't seen the second or third one.
It's cool. It really is.
They actually have a three pack that I think I'm going to get at a retail store. Insert name here. Jill Mining says, great news. Randy Plummer will be joining us on Friday of the telethon, June 5th. Randy Plummer, good deal.
Oh, man, I was just going to get a hold of him today.
He's a musician, right?
Yes, he's a singer-songwriter.
Yeah. Yes, and he's done the lead. He's led the worship once or twice up at First Acts Church, which I've done.
All right, Randy.
A couple of. Well, I mean, he's done specials, and it was a sing-along.
Oh, sorry, Stacy. Cool. Stacy's not from Spirit Lake. She is from Milford.
Yeah, Johnny Rooster's in Colorado. So we won't be able to do a pre-record this week. It's your
Aw.
fault. It's your fault, John. Just kidding.
You
We
know,
got a couple of episodes left before we have to really record stuff.
Yeah, there's somebody else from Spirit Lake. Sorry, I know who it is now that used to be there. So
The
she's from
Spirit Lake.
Spirit Lake.
Oh, I need to
Her name-
share this. What am I doing?
I don't know if you know.
So it's
who-
Memorial Day. What?
Yeah, her name's
I'm all over
Amy
the place.
Ruger. I don't know if you've ever heard of her, but anyway, she's in Texas now. but-
She makes good guns.
yes, I know. Yeah.
Actually, it used to be Sturm-Ruger back in the day.
And
I
Bruno,
think it's
good
what's
morning.
called.
And Bruno, I will see you this afternoon with a form in hand.
With a form. It is important that everybody knows that we can't put them on the roster until we have their entry form filled out.
You might want to, if you see,
If you're near town, I'll be here all day tomorrow and all day Wednesday. If you want to do some pre-recording, you can come up here. We'll record whatever it is you want to record. If you have an instrument, we can hook you up. We can record it while you're singing. Of course, it'll be at this table, or I got a microphone I can set up for you. We ask that no drums be done, but unplugged with guitars and vocals, we can do that. We will be here for you guys, or if you just want to bring up your thumb drive or your jump drive or your flash drive or
when
your
any of those
So you
drives.
mean no drums live up here?
no drums
Right.
live
Can they
up here.
submit a video or
Yes.
music that
Oh,
has
yeah,
drums
yeah.
if it's recorded?
That's
Yeah,
what
absolutely.
That's what I told Mark Davis of Souljoy. So,
But but just remember, we have more than just the Christian music competition and the talent competition.
we got food.
We got
food.
food, the sandwich making competition. We're real excited about that, and we'll talk more about that on the day. Like a week from today, this is Monday. A week from today, we'll be meeting and we'll be up here. We'll be planning for everything to go on and start Tuesday. So, if your stuff isn't here by next Monday,
And
Next-
the sandwich competition is that Friday,
it's that Thursday.
that Thursday. Okay.
So that's exciting
On the
stuff.
2-minute message.
2-minute message. Co-host on Tuesday of that week is Brandon Mabe from the Bald Knobbers. So that's exciting. Wednesday, Peggy and Jeff Brennan. Thursday, Bill Kitchen, and Friday, Randy Plummer. So we've got hosts. We'll co-host essentially because we'll still be here. That's
I won't.
exciting. You won't be here.
But I am going to do a 2-minute message.
I will not be judging the sandwich contest because by then my food will have gotten here and I won't be able to eat it. Well, I mean, I'm going to do this. You
You
know,
could always wrap it up and then send it my way.
God moved the hearts of some people to get me a scholarship into this health program,
See, that's what
And-
I need, Mike.
and I am not going to squander it. You know,
That's what I need is a
Um,
scholarship. That's what I was trying to say to Mike. I need a scholarship.
morning, Steve Schultz, David Holland, or Scott.
Scott, David, David Scott.
Are you leaving out today, Scott? Just
I heard
wondering.
about his new job.
Yeah, and I think it's where I work.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It's in 2 days. He's out 2 days or something.
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
that's the goal for most people. Sometimes you get stuck out there for a couple extra days, depending on what you say yes or no to. I mean, there's really no 100% control on like how fast things load and things like that.
Yeah.
But at least this way, I mean, I'll be able to tell when he's coming in and when he's not because I'm office. I have access to all of your information. Anyways, so
Marcia, good morning.
good morning, Troy Johansson. He'll be on here in a little bit. Now, the doors downstairs are locked, so Troy, text one of us when you get here, and we'll make sure someone goes down to let you in, because this is, in fact, Memorial Day. Yeah, he's going to Streamwood, Illinois. Let's see.
I'm
All
gonna be
right, so
helping
Jim
Troy.
Whining and his wife should be here tomorrow.
Yes, that's what Jim told
That's
me.
good. We love it when they're here.
It's a lot
And
of fun.
there's ink in the printer. It's full. I filled
And
it.
guess what I'm bringing tomorrow? And it happens just so happens.
Steamy
that-
Joe's.
Yes, and it just so happens that Jim and Pam are going to be here. I'm bringing more cinnamon
I
rolls.
love Steamy Joe's. Their stuff, but I'm gonna have to cut back. I'm gonna have to cut that stuff out completely.
Yeah.
But If my food comes today, I won't be eating a Steamy Joe's tomorrow. You know,
we'll eat it for you.
I know. You can describe it to me.
Just saying, I'll be eating it.
Of course. Yeah, you weren't here the last time we got those brownies.
Nope, never tried the brownies.
Is that what you're bringing tomorrow?
I'll bring the brownies instead.
They sound
What were you
amazing.
going to bring?
Cinnamon rolls.
Oh, the brownies. Well, I mean, they're both really good, but the brownies, boy, howdy.
It's a meal.
Well, the cinnamon
It's
rolls
sugar.
are like meals.
Well, yeah, that and the sugar rush from the brownies, and then there's peanut butter blondies.
So here in a few minutes, we are going to have a moment of silence in memory of those who lost their lives defending our country.
Yep.
And I mean, I understand this is a talk radio show, and silence is frowned upon for the most part. But on this, if somebody doesn't like that, we're being quiet for a moment. I
Then
think
that's on them.
we have this way of life that was bought with blood.
Yeah, and you know what? I think in this instance,
Jim
it's
says
not-
save 2 for them. 2 brownies for them.
Oh, okay, I will.
Oh, you'll be here. They'll probably still be warm. Anyways,
Oh yeah, and I think we should, in this respect for being radio, I think that people would understand that if we're doing a moment of silence,
yeah, they understand.
there should be.
So,
I
now
make no apology.
I don't apologize. I'm just saying if they don't like it,
Yeah.
what kind of people are? Wait, I don't even know why I put that out there. Our listeners aren't that way. They're not like, that offends me. They're not talking. Why did I even have to say that? I didn't have to say
Well,
that.
I mean, we don't want to offend. I get it.
No, we don't want to offend, but I mean, I am so thankful for the way of life that we have. And it was bought with blood.
Mm-hmm.
Just like our souls were bought with blood. Our freedom here on earth was bought with blood. The blood of our brothers, our sisters, uncles, aunts, moms, dads. My dad is a Vietnam vet. You're a veteran. I don't know if you were at any war or not, but you're still a veteran nonetheless.
No, right. No.
But
Peacetime.
there's just because someone's peacetime doesn't mean anything. Now, I know this is Memorial Day for the fallen veterans, the ones who have died. Also, I mean, today's a day of remembering not just the veterans and the people who died in war, but also all of our loved ones that we've lost. I think,
Yeah, it is traditional to
My mom and
honor
dad, my
honor
nephew.
those who passed, even though they're not, even the ones that aren't.
Right. But we're really thankful. We'd be thankful for the people that we've had in our lives.
My nephew was he was a veteran, but he passed away not from being in war, but he died of a heart condition.
Right. And so if you're still alive and you're a veteran, we salute you and we thank you for your sacrifice and the things that you've done.
And a lot of them don't feel like they've done a big thing, but the problem is, maybe they just don't know the bad guys very well. And that just their being there is enough to keep the bad guys from even trying.
Right.
Because without them, the bad guys would try.
Yeah.
And they are bad guys. You can say all you want about how citizens of the world and we should all be free to have our own beliefs and all that. Well, there are those that believe they should take everything and give nothing back.
And because of our beliefs.
And they would take you
Yeah.
and everything you have
Yep.
and give nothing back.
Right. So
And some of them, they would just give back your dead body. And that's the truth and that's the facts. And if you don't believe that, well, good for you.
right.
But the fact is our military just existing
Yeah.
protects us from threats who would not be deterred.
Yeah. And just we be thankful for those freedoms that we take for granted every day when we step outside of our house
Good morning, Jana.
and head to work. Good morning, Jana. When we go to work, we don't have to worry about, a communist government telling us, hey, you have to do this. This is your job. We can do what we want. We can aspire to be more.
Yeah, we still have freedoms here in America.
And
even
that
though-
was bought and paid for by blood.
Yep.
and we should, Now I know that this is a day set aside specifically for remembering, but we should remember them every day. Try to remember them every day, and also be sure to thank God every day for what He allows us to have in our lives. It was almost. It was. I don't know if he was just. It was just a really lucky guess. Our pastor did a sermon about. I think you were there for that. What would you have if you lost everything every morning that you didn't thank God for that night? So.
And then he mentioned, what about your toothbrush? What about a spoon?
What about toilet paper?
Well, yeah.
And then that kind of came to fruition when
Good
people
morning, Kristen Cash.
bought up all the
Couldn't
toilet
get it,
paper.
yeah.
Yeah, there were people that thought of that never crossed their mind. So, in memory of our fallen soldiers, my grandfather, two of my grandfathers. My father, he's not fallen yet, but we'll thank him on Veterans Day. I want to have him on here on Veterans Day if we can. When is Veterans Day?
November 11th or 12th.
Yeah, we need to get you and him together here on the show on Veterans Day. I love having Dad on here.
He would be so much fun.
It's always a fount of wisdom and knowledge and compassion. You can see it and hear it. And if you want to see him,
the body language says a lot.
yeah. If you want to see him, every Thursday nights from 6:30 to 8, they have a broadcast here, and it's the Veterans Church of Springfield. And you don't have to be a veteran to come and join in and watch. You just have to, you don't even have to know who the Lord is. You can come in and watch and get to know us and get to know who the Lord is.
Amen.
So, and that's also every other Sunday, usually. They've been doing it every Sunday here lately until we can go back to the Maranatha Chapel to do it there. But every second and fourth Sunday they'll be here. But now it's every Sunday. So him and Leo and Dr. Bob Wilkie. It's an interesting group. They're really funny. Marcia, go ahead.
I don't know if it's the same Bob Wilkie, but President Trump said thank you to Dr. Bob Wilkie the other day, and I was like, what? He actually said he was a doctor, and Bob Wilkie, and I'm thinking that's the only Dr. Bob Wilkie I know.
Who is this?
President Trump.
Did he say say thank you, Dr. Bob Wilkie?
Yeah, he did. And he was apparently was he in Washington or something?
I don't know.
Because he was
No, Dr. Bob's been here.
Okay. Well, that's really weird because there's a Bob Wilkie that's a doctor, and that's the only Dr. Bob Wilkie I know.
Well, there might be two Dr. Bob Wilkies in the world. This is a pretty big world.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Our Dr. Bob Wilkie is a Canadian. And, well, he doesn't say A, but I love the way he pronounces some of his words. Instead of again, it's again.
Yes.
And you'll hear his vocal talents. It does a lot of runs up and downs, and just watch the show. It's really funny. It's funny, but it's also very good that the message of love comes across so strongly in that particular hour and a half to 2 hours. You know, Dad.
Yeah.
Pastor Leo Froman and my dad, Pastor Bruce Pearson.
The three of them together are just amazing.
Marcia, you are right. There are a lot of homeless veterans out there due to addiction.
A lot of them in Branson.
There's a lot of them in Springfield as well.
A lot of them have a lot to cope with and see a lot of things that are just hard to take in, hard to handle.
Yeah, but I mean, you see, I can't even imagine what it would be like and to be there and witness some of the things that they witness in war, because war is not pretty.
I heard one of our veterans telling a story about how he was in the Middle East and there was there's some children. And they, I guess, were of a different religion, not even a different race. And the militant who was part of the people that we've been fighting since 9/11, he threw acid on the children because they were of a different religious sect. And so he saw this happen, and he shot and killed the guy who did it right in the street. Now, I don't know that I don't know that he could lawfully do that as a member of the military, but his telling of the story was, yeah, that guy was dead, and I don't regret it, and I don't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
But still,
Well,
that's what he says.
Jesus loves the children.
But part of a person's psyche is that you have to reconcile that with your beliefs.
Yeah.
And so, is it okay to kill? Well, what are the boundaries in which a soldier has to, to navigate those, beliefs that it's okay to kill? Well, when is it okay to kill? At what point does a person cross the line of being somebody worthy of death at your own hand? And so those are difficult things for a human being to process. And then when you come back home and you're back in society, so then where's the line?
Change you forever.
Yeah, and then where's the line? And I'm sure for them, because they really have a lot more integrity than people give them credit for. For them, they know where the line is. But still, drawing that line in the sand usually comes at the point where you decide for yourself something you saw a person do was worthy of death, and then you pull the trigger. So that's a fine line,
and it's
there.
a real heavy responsibility and burden.
What does the Bible say about war?
A lot.
A lot. There's, yeah.
It says very specific things, and there's guidelines. I mean, we should do a study on it.
On
what it is
war
about
in the
war.
Bible.
I think that's part of the contradiction of the Bible. People misinterpret by saying, because God allowed or God demanded a nation at war to kill all of its enemies and leave nothing alive and take nothing
Even
for
their
themselves.
animals.
And then on the other hand says to love your enemy. Jesus said to love your enemy and do good to those that hate you. So there's a lot of, that could seem like contradiction if you take it out of context and you put it in a place where it's just for an individual. Some of those things are not for individuals; they're for a nation, to as a country.
Yeah.
Good morning, Haven.
Who?
Haven, they're going to be on the show through a video.
Hey, all
Or
right,
on
Haven.
the telethon, I mean.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. You guys can go to axmediagroup.com and you can see what's going on with Axe Fest, but then keep scrolling until you get down and you see
Do the right thing.
what says what can you do?
Or what can you do?
I'm actually going
And
to.
May 12th is what I saw the date. It said May 12th. What can you do?
Yeah.
And that's what I tell people to click on, and then that way they can go right to it.
So yeah, let's go to axmediagroup.com, and if you are interested, let me see if I can find this.
Now, Jana, you're going to like this. She just loves the CD. She's thanking us for it. And then she said, now I have Matt with me wherever I go.
Aw.
That's sweet.
First article is Axe Fest,
Right.
and then I can probably do this on here so you guys can actually see it. Christian business ethics. Now these are all different. What do you call those? Whenever you go to like Axe Fest, there's a bunch of
Articles or
not articles, but like what do you call it? I can't. My brain just farted on me here. Seminars.
Yes.
There's multiple ones, and then there's also awards, and you can look at that. You can be an attendee, and a fee of $25. But you just read on that. I don't want to read it online here or on the air. And then there's an article by Dr. Paul Collins called "Whatever is the Truth Will Eventually Win." And then beneath that, scroll down. Time to get ready. What can you do? That's the article. And starting June 2nd. So this is what we're talking about today. June 2nd will be Tuesday. That Tuesday. Church and ministry music competition. 4-minute videos or 4-minute songs here live. We have room for 8 competitors live or flash drive download. Goes out to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. But then it also is going to be reran at 7 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now remember, $1 equals 1 vote, and voting until midnight Central Standard Time, June 2nd, or that night. But you could go to axmediagroup.com, click on the donation PayPal button, and underneath there's a spot on that says for, meaning like what you're doing it for, and you put your voting selection. Now, there will be a 25% of all donations award to the winner of the event, subject to a minimum of $50 in donations. And then there's a pastor with the best 2-minute message, 8 competitors. There's probably, I'm excited about this. I've already recorded one for Leo. Jim sent me one. Dad's going to be doing one. Are you going to record one?
Yes.
Okay, so there's 4 competitors right there. But I'm really not competing. I'm holding off on the last second because if there are any slots left over, because I'm here all the time. People hear my messages all the time. But I want to, and there, I don't know if you've got anybody else planning on doing any messages that are outside our group of folks.
Not right now, but I'm going to be working on that this week.
Man, you're top notch. I appreciate all you do, brother.
Thank you.
It was getting a little overwhelmed there last couple days, huh?
And then I was like, I know I got to have a guest for my show. And then I'm like, oh, no, I don't have a guest for my show today.
That's all right. I'll be your guest today or somebody. We'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure that.
Yeah, we usually come up with something. And
yeah. We can just have,
I'm not worried about it.
2 hours of Steve and Matt and Jay, unless you have to go right after the show. Do you have to go right after the show today?
Today, well, I do have some work I need to do on some shelves that I was going to do. But what are you saying?
No, I didn't know that if you were here, you'd be on with us. But he's
I'm on my show because I don't have a guest today.
Oh, right. Well, I was going to go work on some shelves.
Oh, well, then
because
Go
they're
work on
so
them,
close
yeah.
to being done.
Yeah, that's important.
And
That's important.
No,
That's
do-
helping the
go do
ministry
that.
out. That's helping
The one
Crosswalk
set
of
that I
Hope
have
out.
left to fasten the shelving and put some bracing on that I
Hey,
can
Tracy
get done
Heaston.
today.
Tracy, who?
Tracy Heaston, he works with the Grand Country Hall down there in Branson. He's on Comedy Jamboree. He's also a very well-known pianist and songwriter for a lot of movies and TV.
Really?
Yes.
Give him one of my business cards. I'd like to jam with him then.
Oh, yeah. He plays piano, and he does a great job. He plays other things, too, but piano's the main thing. Right,
Yeah.
Tracy?
Yeah. Well, welcome to the show. We're glad to have you. I still got to go take my guitar, my Martin, back to the shop and have them redo the wiring on it because it was coming loose and like cutting out mid-strum.
Are they
Right.
open?
I don't know about today. It's at home.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
is the repair shop open? Are they?
No, the guy that does the repairs is not there till Tuesday. So I'm going to bring it up tomorrow.
By the way, Tracy, you guys open up May 29th.
Troy Johansson said he married one. I don't know. What were we talking about that?
Welcome to the party, Shane Brzee. I've known that young man for quite a while.
When you say young man, what do you mean, like 20?
Yeah, he's older than that.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. But,
I'll be 40 here in a couple months. Your birthday's coming up next month.
Yeah, my birthday
It's
was
the
coming up
16th?
in July.
4th.
I knew that. My brother's is on the 16th. My brother in Florida.
Well, my birthday's not until July, so.
Neither is mine. I'll be 40. The big 40.
Ooh, I remember those days.
Yeah. Was it scary going into your 40s? Like, did you start to contemplate, okay, now life is probably half over?
It's just like, wow, am I really that old?
Yeah. I mean, mentally and emotionally, I'm
Really,
probably
40's
like still
not that
16.
old
but-
anymore.
Huh?
Really, 40's not that old anymore. When I turned 40, it was just like, what? Really?
Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So, yeah.
Seems like yesterday.
I've had my email up all on the bottom for a while now. But yeah, just take that email
It's
down.
getting old.
What's getting old?
You are, Jana.
Oh. Not all of us can look young as can be, Jana.
So I got you something.
You got
But
me
you
some.
have to come and check it out first. It has to be.
Michael said 40 was
Customized
easier
for
than
you.
30. Yes, it was, Michael.
See, now I'm wondering what it is.
Good morning, Wendy Jenkins. Sorry I missed you yesterday
It
at
has to be
church.
customized for me?
Yep. Specifically for you.
Huh.
Wow.
I have
you're,
to set up
you're
a time
special.
when you can come out.
Um,
Do you work tonight?
no.
No? You
No,
want
I-
to come by after you're done here?
Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
I'm trying to, after I'm done here, I could come out when I'm done here.
Okay.
It's on the way home.
Unfortunately, I got to leave right after my show because Rachel works at noon today.
That's all right. Between you and Troy and Belinda, man, our Mondays are hopping here. We're all over the place here. It's busy.
That's good.
I get real busy up here. It's like, man, that felt like an 8-hour shift. But, I mean, not really. It's not bad. I enjoy it. Gives
Well-
me something to do.
Anything you want me to do since I'm your executive assistant?
No, you just keep doing what you do. You're doing great. And don't be afraid to hand out some of my business cards if people want to get in touch with me.
I got to get some.
Oh, well, I've got a whole box of them in there for you.
Okay. And then I got to get mine's set up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that we'll work that out. Jay still has some of his business cards.
Wendy, you're absolutely right. 50 is even better.
50's even better.
Yes.
You know, once
That was only 6 years ago for me.
once I lose weight on this health program and start eating healthy, I'll be probably feeling top notch. Probably my goal is to not be type 2 diabetic.
That's a very good goal.
So, you know, I want to watch my kids grow
Closer
up,
to.
and give me grandchildren so I
Yeah.
can feed my grandkids a bunch of sugar and send them home.
Keep your joints healthy and
Yeah, losing weight will definitely help my joints.
50 is closer to retirement, Michael said.
Yeah, the retirement age is higher now, right?
65, I think, or
Is it?
I thought it was somebody said 70, but
62 early and 65 for the full retirement, I think.
yes,
Yeah.
because that's when my sister she's now retired and she's getting I think retirement benefits and
Yeah, see, when we're younger, that time seems so far away.
AARP
Right.
still sends me stuff and I
Yeah.
So it goes fast.
Yeah.
they start sending stuff at 45 or 50.
When I was in my 20s, 40 seemed like an eternity away.
Yes,
On Mondays, the weekend was so far away, you know?
Yeah.
thank you,
Now,
Stacey.
the next month is here when this month starts.
67,
you know,
Michael just said.
67.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it?
that's what I thought. But yeah,
you.
you're right. Like right now, we're a couple months away from being the middle of the year already.
I know, man.
And
it's
that's
just
still in my
flying by.
mind. We're still in, like January.
Well,
Yeah.
2.5 months kind of went by,
in a weird way.
in a weird way.
Yeah.
It didn't go really by fast. It just dragged, it seemed like.
Yeah.
Especially yesterday at church, everybody was like, wow, what have you been doing? Boy, you look different a little. It's only been 2.5 months, but,
Yeah.
it was nice to
Hey,
gather
check
for the
out
first time.
Crosswalk of Hope. You know, if I could make an announcement, we really could use somebody with a bobcat or something who knows a little bit about
Septic tanks.
no,
Oh.
not yet, but about drainage. We have a little bit of a drainage problem here at Crosswalk, and we really need somebody who could come in and do us a real big favor and make about 100-foot section of building that the
To make the water drain.
the land is draining into the building instead of away from it. But then there's also it's about the width of a tractor between the building and the driveway, and the driveway can't really be lowered. So
I guess, yes, you did, Jana.
if you know a little bit about that, I mean, and you have access to a bobcat, we could really use one. That would be very, very helpful to us. Please keep us in mind. If you know a company or a group of people who have one who would be willing to do something, even if it would be for a write-off, with these tax credits or tax advances that
Sorry
people
if-
are getting,
When you guys tried to call me, I
and
didn't
these
answer it.
tax loans, even though they're low interest, now's a good time to write some things off to manage what that difference is going to be in your taxes next year. You can decide for yourself how your tax money is spent by donating maybe some of your time and using some of your equipment to do something good for a ministry that really needs help. And that is really where we need to start. There's a lot of repairs that need to be done around the place and a lot of upgrades that we need to do. But that's really the start. Putting a roof on before you work on making sure the land around the buildings is drained properly is really kind of futile. It's paddling against the stream, really, so to speak. So if you do know of anybody who can help in that way, or is willing to, or is considering a tax write-off, that would be really, really helpful to us.
Yeah, and we do have.
We need to pray for Crosswalk of Hope. So, if you can think about it today, or just pray, not just today, but any day, pray for Crosswalk of Hope.
Yeah, we've got really making some progress there on some things. It's hard to always see the benefits, and who knows what that's going to be like. But we're working on things there, and I've got to make a video today and post it so people can see the how far we've come with the Crosswalk of Hope.
I saw the first one. I'd like to see the second.
Yeah, it's a big difference. So it's there's
Huge
a
difference.
free store, or it's a thrift store
Mm-hmm.
that's also available to be a free store for those who are in need. And they've got all kinds of items. She's not ready for a sale yet. I'm building the shelves so we can put things out in a more of a departmental store type fashion.
The first time it really looked, it was good too.
Yeah, and the agreement to do the shelving and make and organize the thing for her is allowing us, the men who are early prison release men, the ministry there for them, is going to get one side of the building, one bay for auto mechanics. So these men coming out of prison without a vehicle and without a way to get one that they can afford,
They can get one and work on it.
can get one that maybe doesn't even run, that they could bring in, do some work on, get it running, know how to work on the car that they have and that they can, and be able to get themselves back and forth to work and be working towards that step, those working in the right direction towards independence and self-sufficiency. And so that's what we're trying to do there. And there's a lot of opportunities to grow there and to be an incredible ministry. So please pray for us, and pray for us in our spiritual walks and in our spiritual lives. These men are spiritual, and we really need prayer in that way too.
Well,
Stacy says that we need to keep her in prayer. Her back is out, but she's watching us.
oh no, that's no fun
Thank
when the
you for
back
watching,
is out.
Steve.
Yeah, I've been there, Stacy. So,
Sorry, I was.
were we gonna go ahead and do a moment of silence here soon?
Yeah, I want to do it whenever I am not having to do anything else on my phone here,
Okay.
real quick, because it's got to be a moment of solemnity. And yeah, we'll go ahead and as we take this moment of silence, remember to pray for the families of those who have lost people in the military, because they sacrifice too. I mean, the men and women of the military that lose their lives, they sacrifice, and then the families at home sacrifice as well. So let's go ahead and I gotta take my hand up. Sorry if I'm blinding everybody, but we'll just take the next 30 seconds to remember those. So I don't know if it's going to be an exact 30 seconds or not, but and we'll start it right now. They are remembered. Is 30 seconds enough? I should have gone a minute, huh?
Yeah, usually it's about 60 seconds, but
Oh, well,
that's okay.
um,
It was the thought that counts.
well, my grandpa Vernon was a colonel's assistant in the Navy in the Korean War. So I heard some stories from him. Of course, the veteran, my dad's a veteran, so from Vietnam, some stories from him. And the fact that he didn't lose his mind completely is just, it's a miracle from God.
Yeah, especially when you have to use the Vietnamese or whoever use their kids as shields.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah, that's because, we
that would cause PTSD for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and some of this. Good morning, Uncle Ray. Been a while. We're glad to see you.
Hey, Uncle Ray.
Good
We
morning,
miss ya.
Denny. Good morning, Denny Yeary. He used to be with the
Denny
Blackwoods.
Yeary?
Yeah, he used to be with the Blackwoods. He was with the Blackwoods brothers. He was their bass singer.
Ah, so he is somebody's daddy. Daddy sang bass. I usually say it opposite. Mama sang bass. Daddy sang tenor.
Exactly.
Just because it's funny like that. I mean, I guess there are women who can sing bass out there.
Yeah,
They can't. Well,
sure is.
Yeah. Well, you're not a woman.
No, but I've heard them.
yeah. And then there's a lot of guys that I know sing tenor.
Yeah, and tenor men are men that God put on this earth to sing like women. I think that was actually a joke by somebody. I can't remember which particular group it was.
Insert name here, maybe.
But they that's true. I mean, I sing tenor. Maybe not today because my allergies are still they flared back up. Yes, starting
yeah,
yesterday.
it was the
The pollen counts.
rain.
Yeah, and
Did
the
you
pollen.
mow?
No, not yet.
There was a heavy duty thunderstorm yesterday.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're like the day before. I mean, I told you guys last week about me basically tearing the bumper off one side of my car.
Yep.
Dad got out there and zip tied it all back on while I was sleeping.
Did he?
Bless your
It's got
heart,
zip
man.
ties on it, just holding it up. I mean, it was, hey, we might have to put a couple more holes and screws in it, but that's all right.
Denny, I'd like to have you on my show, Denny and Sheila, his wife.
Well, you got to get the clips so you can take the zip ties out and clip it back up, right? Or is it broken?
Well, one of the pieces is broken,
Yeah.
so we're gonna have to do some. I mean, it's up there fine. I'm just gonna leave it like it is for now.
Yeah. That beautiful car.
It is beautiful. Yep, and both fog lights work. I figured out how to change it. But since I already had the bumper off one time, I was able to change the. You have to take the bumper clips out and take it down.
And the water
And
took
take
the
the
clips
grill-
out for you,
Yeah. Well, no, the clips
making
were
the whole
there.
process easy.
Well, no, the clips were there. But they were just
Hello,
they were
Dola.
broken.
Ah.
So new clips.
And new fog lights.
No, I don't have new fog lights. I just had one of the light bulbs was burnt out.
Speaking of fog,
Is
it
it
was
now?
kind of foggy.
No.
So how'd you fix it?
Well, I fixed it the last time I had the bumper off. Intentionally had the bumper off.
Oh.
So
Intentionally?
it threw me off, man. I was going about 30 miles an hour, and it's like
Yeah.
slamming on the brakes.
Oh, yeah. Bam.
And
Right
I'm
on
glad
the
I
water.
was told, and I'm glad that I kept my foot on the accelerator instead of letting it off because
Yeah, because that would have swamped your exhaust.
yeah, and then I would have
It sunk,
yeah,
literally.
not just sunk, but
It would have stalled out.
it would
You'd
have
been
killed the
stuck
motor
there.
probably.
Yep, it would have.
And you wouldn't have been able to start it back up with that much back pressure.
Nope.
For twinsies.
And then you'd be just kind of floating wherever the water wanted you to be.
Yeah. Be like in that game. Remember the Oregon Trail?
Yes.
Where you had to choose whether to find a better spot, ford it, or float your,
Wagon.
float your wagon. It's like, here lies Matt. He died of dysentery. That's a pretty morbid game, though.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's
the
an
game.
interesting game.
I mean, that
I know
was
the story.
it was a computer game back when I was in school. Like whenever I was in elementary school is when it came out. And the goal is
What
to
game system?
Good morning,
Uh,
Becky.
a computer PC.
PC.
And it originally came on those big, like 5-inch floppies or 7-inch floppies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you would, and that was the thing. Only they had it to where like in my class, a small group of people got to sit around the computer each day and play the game and try to, and it was educational. And then it's supposed to teach you about like strategically ordering supplies and stuff like that, and making good decisions and.
Wow.
Yeah, it's intense, and there's always and the cool thing about this game is like you could see whoever died before that played the game before you, they would have you could put up
Tombstone.
a tombstone, and you can read what this person died of from the game before yours.
Right.
So it was a pretty cool game. I mean, it sucks about death and everything, but the Oregon Trail was wrought with perils.
Yeah.
So, Well, you heard that noise. That means it's time for us to get out of here.
What? Man, this hour really seriously it went by.
No,
real
we
quick.
got 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
It did fly
the,
by.
The clock is turned around, so I'm trying to keep an eye on.
Well, right now it's 8:50, and all you're gonna do is go from that chair to this chair, and I'm gonna go right here. So
Wasn't it the Donner Party?
yeah, well, no, that was I don't think that was the Oregon
Donner
Trail.
Pass.
Donner Pass
Yes, it does, Jana.
is where they, a lot of people died and they ate each other and stuff.
Yeah, I got
What?
stuck
Oh
out
yeah,
there.
that's right. I do
Yeah.
remember. Cannibalism was a big thing.
Yep. It was all the rage back then. No, that was a terrible
Tragedy.
event. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being in that, and if I imagine being in that situation, I'll start having my anxiety attacks. What about the uncles?
Good question.
You ever squashed an ant and then like you could smell like the chemical defense that they have? They smell like whiteout.
Is that what that smell was?
Yeah, whenever you squash an ant, if you smell it, that's gross, right? But it smells like whiteout, or it smells like an ether type, and that's a chemical defense that they have.
Mm-hmm.
They secrete that chemical. It's a defense
I
mechanism.
just like your sign language for smell it.
Yeah.
That's boring. Actually, that's a sign for boring. Looks like you're
Picking your nose.
That's what somebody else said. Be careful how you do that because it'll look like you're picking your nose.
Me and my friend were sitting. This is real quick, and then we'll get off here. But me and this friend of mine, we were in a big Dodge pickup, and
Morning,
a guy in a blue, old blue Ford Mustang was sitting there, and he was just picking his nose like crazy, just to pick. And we were both sitting there and we were at a stoplight, and we were just watching him, and it was very obvious we were watching him. And then he realized out of the corner of his eye, because he picked a bogey out of his nose. I know that sounds gross, and looked at it, and then realized we were watching him, and then he just goes. Look at us. And my buddy goes, "Yay!" And then the light turned green and we drove on. So,
And on that note,
we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Just out of the,
oh boy,
that was, a little interesting, funny story for the day.
Yeah.
what a way to go out!
Right.
Yeah.
Pick your battles. That's all I'm saying.
And that was a big one.
Yeah. Well, it's not really. That was terrible, wasn't it?
We
It
need to
was.
pray for Matt every day.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Totally.
So, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on the morning drive today. We'll be back on tomorrow. Same time, same channel. Be sure and tune in next for Steve's show, Brighter Living Live, followed by Sacred Ways with Troy and Belinda Johansson. I need to have that stuff written down so I can... Yeah, all right, there we go. So, until then, my friends, God bless you and keep you. We love you. My name is Matt,
My name is Jay.
My name is Steve.
and this has been
The
The Morning
Morning
Drive.